Hi guys, welcome to Interior Insights. I'm Jane and today we are going to look at a really incredible piece of architecture that nobody ever talks about. We're standing right in front of a bunker that has been built for the Second World War and that has been transformed into an incredible art gallery and a really cool space. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe. So before the artist Pippo Kuti rented the space, none of the neighbors actually knew that it existed. Nobody actually knew that this used to be a bomb shelter. Let's go inside. Here we can already see the first really old walls with all of the chipped paint that is coming off and a lot of spider webs and spiders. You can really see the oxidization process that has been taking place here for a long time. So, step inside. As we are here, we can already see the first little artwork. That is the naked wall, and it is a reference to all of the art that you will see inside. And here we can have a look at the second old door. Here it says open and close in German. So this bunker was used as a bomb shelter, and because of that it has all of these really thick walls. And because of this, the floor plan is more like a labyrinth, and it has a lot of hidden rooms inside rooms inside rooms. And now we will go past through the second or even the third door. Here we have a lot of information standing in German. For example, that it says exit or how to close it, and that you have to come in briefly and fast. So this shelter was turned from a bomb shelter inside an art shelter, and all of the little rooms are basically small, really cool installations. One of the installations is over here. So basically a lot of events and parties are hosted here, as well as art exhibitions. This is Pippo Kuti's art. He's actually the owner or the guy who rented this really cool bunker, and this was his idea. So this is the second room. Please come in. And here we have a lot of old pieces of art as well as new pieces of art of Pippo Kuti. And the real magic happens when you turn out the light, because as I said already in the previous video, there's always a second piece of artwork hiding beneath what is visible to just natural daylight. Look at this. We have really cool neon strings attached that really frame the space and connect the spaces with each other. If we go over here, here we have more art. If you wouldn't know that you're standing inside a bomb shelter, this could also just be some really expensive New York loft. I mean, look at the colors. You have these really cool cemented walls and white paint that is on the walls. And on top of them, you just have this really amazing abstract art that has been placed. And it just gives this room a really crazy dynamic, even though we don't even have windows. Look around. Or just this really cool metal pipe. This is something that you would find in a really expensive New York loft, but instead, you just have it here, completely forgotten. This is the pure essence of industrial style. The art in this bomb shelter really brings the walls, the empty walls, to life. And all of the different colors really create a very interesting and dynamic atmosphere. We can see the whole floor plan of the bomb shelter. And you can see just how one room goes inside the second room and goes inside the third room, that everything is really connected to each other. This room has been transformed into a Schnitzelstube. So basically this place has been transformed into a small restaurant pop-up called Schnitzelstube. As the sign says, this room has a really interesting and mystical atmosphere. And I really enjoy it. Over here, the bunker is already basically ending. This is the last room. And you can see here, for example, it says room 15, and I don't know if this is true, but I was told that here it says 140 to 146, and these are basically the numbers of the building blocks that had to come inside this room. Each house had their own room inside this bunker. And I think that is really cool, that you can really just see the history of this place ingrained in the walls, as well as this old metal pipe. It's also really cool. And this place has been closed. We don't know what's hiding behind there. Maybe we don't want to know. And you can see the space has just been used to really portray the art of Pippo Kuti and also the art of Daniel Hellermann. And I think you have a really cool contrast of this really rough and brutal history of the bomb shelter in contrast to the abstract art and all of the fun, vivid and bold colors that the artwork entails. We go over here, we have yet another room filled with art. This is just a cool space to use as a gallery. Here we have an old cigarette machine and the plan is to put little piece of artworks for sale inside. Or I mean, this room again looks like some really expensive loft with all of these beautiful different layers on the wall that are quite dusty if you touch them, so don't. Here again we have older pieces of Daniel Hellermann and you just have these really cool, bold and colorful paintings. So this was basically an air filtration system that was used, and here you have 3 different types of instructions. So now you saw how a former bomb shelter was turned into an art shelter. Let me know in the comments which room and which art installation was your favorite. I'd love to find out. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you learned something new. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe and I hope to see you next week.